All right, let's jump into a review. We watched The Spaceman on Netflix, starring Adam Sandler. That's it. Just really Adam Sandler. Nobody else that you care about or need to know about.
Paul
Oh,
Dano
Paul,
did the voice.
Paul Dano did the voice, and actually, the one of the guys from The Big Bang Theory was a major part of the movie.
I had
Um,
to look him up. I was like,
mm,
where do I know that guy from? And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, you
yeah.
look good. He
Oh,
looks
that's right.
good.
He was Pete.
He was Pete. He was really good. He
Yeah,
really
he
was.
was
They like,
good. Yeah,
and
I didn't recognize
it's
him at first. I'm like, wait a second,
it's
he looks
yeah.
familiar.
It's like Laura said. I was like, this guy grew up.
He
I was
did. He
like,
looked like he
Yeah,
grew up quite a bit.
filmed out a little bit. Look at this fella. So, Spaceman about movie is basically about there's a purple cloud in the sky, and it's been there for what they say 6
4 years.
months or close enough.
Oh,
4 years.
4 years.
years. Yeah.
And they don't know what it is. Who's going to be the first to get to the purple cloud to see what it is? It's near Jupiter, and the Czech Republic decide they're going to send up their own person first, and they send Adam Sandler to see what it is. Takes 6 months to get there, and he's going to analyze it and come back and blah blah blah. That's pretty much the premise. So, Laura, Spaceman, starring Adam Sandler on Netflix. What was your take?
I I don't know where to start. I I really did not like this movie. And I have some good reasons for not liking it towards the end, but even right at the beginning, I just did not like it. It's very melancholy, it's unnerving, like the music, like the loneliness. There's a lot of spinning. The camera is spinning because, the most of the movie takes place in zero gravity. And I just initially I'm just like, I don't like this. And then the giant fucking space spider appears, and I'm like, I fucking hate spiders. And
He is
so
a massive spider.
I really didn't even like it from the beginning. But what I kept watching for was to see what is inside the cloud. Like it's the
Yeah, the
beginning. It's
yeah the
the I'm
payoff.
like, is it the
yeah.
Big Bang? Like what is in there? What secrets of the universe? And in the end, this is a really long, elaborate, convoluted story for a man to realize that maybe he should
He's a
value
dick.
his wife and children.
Yeah, he's a selfish piece of shit. Yeah,
And I was like, did you really need to go to space and meet a space spider
I thought
and
the same thing.
get in the
Thought the same
middle of
thing.
time to
Yeah,
recognize that other people matter?
I thought
Apparently.
I thought the same thing. I thought this probably would have been better if it was like someone that re-enlisted in the army, in his 40s because he wants to go, it's his way of getting away from the family, but also feeling like, but I'm doing something for the country.
Like Hurt
And
Locker.
yeah, yeah. But he's really just using it as an excuse to get the fuck away from his family because he'd rather be by
Exactly.
himself. And I'm
Just
like,
like
that would
Hurt
have been more
Locker.
intriguing because he wouldn't have been
Truly.
by himself. Anyway, continue.
And in the end, like I didn't find anything particularly insightful or particularly eye-opening, you know, in these kinds of fantastical sci-fi stories. You're looking for something that connects to basic humanity. And because he was such a shitty person, like the level of like connection there is very minimal. It's like table stakes for the rest of us to realize my family might matter. Like that's the humanity that you're bringing to the table. And then once they go into the cloud, it's this whole thing of this is all of time. That doesn't even make sense. And then in the end, he's like, everything is as it should be. This is you're inside of all time. You're experiencing all time at once. Everything is at it as it should be. So, in other words, the message is you're a piece of shit. It doesn't really matter. I
The
don't
end
know. The whole
was
thing just lost
yeah.
me.
The
Lost me.
end the end was silly. The end
Yeah.
was calls his wife for 30 seconds. I get it now.
I'm sorry.
Roll credits. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Did the Koreans show you something? Oh,
Yeah.
we got much hotter bitches in Korea. Come here. Like, have you been to Hustler Town, Korea? Like, oh yeah, yeah. So what's your rating on Spaceman starring Adam Sandler on Netflix?
Two,
2 out of 5. 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, there's a South Park episode where remember Asuma, Carlos. Asimo writes all
Yes,
the
Asimo.
new movies for Hollywood, but they're all just Adam Sandler movies. Remember that? And really bad plots, but every studio loves it. That's what this was.
Pretty much.
All right, Carlos, what's your take on Spaceman on Netflix? All right, Adam Sandler.
When it first started, and then I saw at the very end said Paul Dano as heinous. I'm like, heinous. Okay, let's see how this movie goes. I think that was should have been the title of the movie. Heinous.
Heinous?
This was a horrible movie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, right from the beginning, it started super slow, but then I kind of wanted to see where it was going. I'm like, this has got to pick up, right? I mean, something, because all he's dealing with is problems throughout the whole little space station that he's in, the whole little
Yeah, the space station.
vessel, space
His
vessel. that he's in.
bathroom and all that shit.
Yeah, and then he has that nightmare where like something's crawling under his skin, and then like spider tentacles come out of his nose, and then they start coming out of his mouth, and then he freaks out and he wakes up. So because of that, I thought when he saw the spider, I thought it's only in his head. It's something he's hallucinating. It's been 6 months. He's lonely. He's losing it. But every time the spider was on screen, it kind of irked me, and it was like only because I don't trust this sumbitch spider. He's gonna do something, even though he kept saying, "I'm not here to hurt you, skinny human." I'm like, I don't trust you. You have like
I
8
really- yeah,
eyes, 8
same here.
legs.
Too many legs, too many eyes.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
thought we were gonna get a rape scene.
So, well, we almost did. When
We
they
all-
started hugging,
I
I
know.
was like, oh,
I was like, oh, they fucking.
oh. If Hanus would have started humping him, I'm like,
He's
oh,
lonely enough. He's
okay.
lonely enough. Uh,
Anyway, it turned out the spider's name was Hanus, named after somebody in some story that Sandler's Jakob is Sandler's name, character's name. His dad told him growing up. I don't know what else. Hanus, I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, it was just a sad film. It was just boring. I think my hair got grayer as I watched. The paint is still not dry. I painted a wall before I watched the movie. I watched that dry. It's still not dry.
I like how that's your testament of any movie. All right, I'm gonna paint this wall, and when I'm gonna start watching this movie, it better be dry. And then no movie never dry ever. He's like, "Fuck, this movie sucks."
Yeah, it's like better than watching paint dry. No, I could watch this all day. This Adam Sandler movie. I ain't watching this shit again. But what was dumb is that this is what was dumb to me anyway. So there's a purple cloud in the sky for 4 years. There's some sort of space race, but it's between the Czech Republic and South Korea. Not Japan, not the US, not Russia, Czech Republic and South Korea. And South
Yeah,
Korea
it was-
did it right. They actually sent a vessel with
A
people
team.
in it. It had
A
like
nice
4 or 5
vessel,
people
too.
in it, and it looked
Really
good.
nice. Yeah, it looked
Yeah,
like
it looks
stuff
like
from Star
the
Trek.
Czech Republic got a bunch of spare parts, some duct tape,
Seriously.
a couple of boxes everywhere. I'm like,
Czech
what are all these
Republic's like,
boxes?
Yeah, we beat
I
them by 6
definitely-
months. Yeah, but you
I
put together a bunch of
definitely-
cereal boxes. Like, what the fuck?
I got the impression that this was like alternate reality, like America wasn't in the picture. Like this is a completely different world than what we know. That was
Yeah, see,
my
I didn't-
impression, at least.
I think. See, to me, it was more like we're still giving money to Ukraine, so we can't go to space. Like,
You can't afford it. Yeah,
You can't afford it right
We're
now.
out.
We're out. Nah, you know what? You guys figure that shit out. Like,
But then when he tried to catch the particle in the jar and he couldn't catch it, I'm like, well, this mission is over because you ain't gonna no information from this thing. But clearly, luckily for him, the South Koreans were right behind him because he decided to go chase his little buddy Hanus out into space.
How did he get out there, by the way? Like it
'Cause he's
seemed to
not
be like he
real.
just
He's no,
Okay,
he's a space
that's what I
spider.
was-
he's
But that's
not
the-
was
that's
he
the other
real.
thing
real?
too, but-
I thought he was not real. That was
He's
the
not
conclusion
real.
I
But here's the
came
thing.
to.
No. Yeah.
The writer said he is real.
Oh, fuck him.
He was real because there's more than just us out there. There are
Oh.
Hanuses out there. That's what he said. I'm like, then how did he get through that goddamn window?
And why
And
would
how did he get
Hanus-
on the ship in the first place?
Number one, yeah, and why would he look like a spider? If anything,
Exactly. You know, every time the stupid spider came on screen, I'm like, why couldn't you be like a parakeet like a goldfish.
No, but
or
just
a
like
mouse or
like
something.
like an original looking like alien creature where you're like
yeah,
he
a
could be
spider.
Original though, he was different like that because I was watching it. Like the spider design, like was different. Like he
well,
had
yeah, he
8
had a
Yeah,
mouth.
like
legs.
some weird.
He had a
tusk.
mouth. He had
He
an
had a
actual
mouth.
jaw. He had tentacles. Like
Well,
were his
in the front.
arms.
he had
And
Yeah,
at the end of
those
his
tentacles.
were
arms, he had
arms in
little
addition.
pinchers.
He had
Yeah, like little
pinchers.
tentacles at the end of
Yeah. So
the
he could,
legs.
give 8 handos at one time. If he
He
needed
wasn't
some
real.
extra
He was
money. at the
again, he
strip
wasn't
club.
real because again, how did he get outside the ship
Yeah, it doesn't make
Well,
any
I
at
sense.
don't
all? It
know.
made no
I don't know
sense.
what
Unless he
space
can
spiders
phase
do.
through
Maybe
walls.
yeah, like the beginning particle did. They were phasing through walls. They're just going through everything.
Yeah.
I know. I think it.
But it's a good thing he made it outside because when those other creatures, those parasites that destroyed his world, finally killed him, I'm like, I sure shit
That
didn't
was
want that in my
horrifying.
ship.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, what if that
horrifying. I
would
was like,
happen inside the ship? Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it throws me, man. But
I don't know.
here's the thing, though: the connection between Jakob and Hanus was not. I didn't feel was as strong as Wilson and Tom Hanks.
oh yeah,
I thought that
100%
connection was much
yeah, I agree.
stronger than the spider and the astronaut. It just he just didn't seem like he cared that he was there until he tried to leave. Then when he tried to leave, oh no, don't leave me. But this whole time you were kind of like just talking to him like you were talking to the wall. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't think he was real.
Well,
And
Wilson
then he
though.
chases him outside. Like,
Yeah.
if I see him going out the window, I'm like, peace out.
Hi,
Bye bye.
spider.
Yeah,
But
see ya.
Wilson didn't talk back. I mean,
That's
And-
that's the beauty
yeah.
of it. Yeah, it was a
Yes.
stronger connection with an
yeah.
inanimate object that Tom Hanks. Did Wilson have a hole cut in his mouth?
No,
No.
he just had
Anyway.
a he's just drunk. No, I mean, no, I think that's a really good point, Carlos, because you in Castaway, as a viewer, I can still think of that scene where Wilson floats away
He
and
floats away.
and he's like, what was that? And like it's still like thinking about it makes me want to cry because it's such a gut-wrenching moment. And they managed that with an object that did not fucking talk. And
Yeah.
so obviously this falls flat then.
Oh, absolutely. And then yeah, so he lucked out that the Koreans picked him up. He should have been like, oh man, thanks for picking me up. I should have came with you guys in the first place. This place is lovely. Where's the strip club? Down the hall? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. But,
no, so
Anti-gravity pole
Don't have-
work.
no, have a strip club is only for very young ladies. Like that's all.
Oh, barely legal. Okay, the next one.
Barely
No, it's not. No,
legal.
it's not barely legal. It's Barry.
Barry
Barry
Arian.
No, Barry Rigo. Barry Rigo.
They're the Aryans.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have
Like
something
John-
to eat? I'm hungry. Oh, Shitty Walk down the hall.
Yeah. Go down Shitty Walk.
Shitty Walk.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I'd
Johnny
give
needs
it-
to be here to police you guys.
I'd give it a 1. I'd give it a 1.
A
It's lucky to
one.
get
We got a
one.
1 and a 2.
Lucky to get a 1. It's such a
One and
shit movie.
2. It's
Like, I try to warn you guys about it. I'm like, don't watch it. But
no, I have to watch it because it was a big it was Super Bowl commercial. And it tricked me
Oh, that's
because the
right.
Super Bowl commercial, he was like walking on a planet or something. And I was
the
like,
beginning, yes,
oh.
the very
That was the
beginning.
beginning. What was
But
that?
I was waiting for that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
where's the
I
planet
know.
he's gonna land on? But he didn't land
Yeah.
on anything.
I know.
Like, is
and I
that
was like,
Jupiter?
oh,
Where's he going?
boo. Yeah.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I at the first half hour intrigued me because I wanted to know, like Laura said, what is the cloud? What is the purple cloud? Are we gonna find out really what that is? We didn't really find out what that was. And I thought the same thing too. Why would you send a married man that's about to have a child to space? You should have had rules going, okay, this person has
Yep.
to be single,
Certain age,
can't- yeah, he
single,
can't-
no family.
can't have a connection to family where we know this is gonna be a problem. And why only send one person to space? Why not send two?
It's all they can afford in their cereal
Exactly. If
boxes.
anything,
Oh,
just
with
for
their crazy ass-
camaraderie, just for
yeah,
keep
no,
the
they thought
company.
their crazy ass makeshift fucking space station. They probably like, look, it's really cheap.
I
We
got it on
can't-
Amazon.
We got a not even that wish.com.
Wish. The one half was Wish, the other half came from Temu. The kitchen was from Temu.
Yeah. They're just like slowly building pieces from AliExpress and all that. Like,
That's what was in the boxes. If shit falls apart, there's some extra pieces.
it was horrible. It's almost like they went on to wish.com, Millennium Falcon. Oh, fuck it, we'll take it. Like, this is what kind of shit was that? It was horrible. And I thought Sandler acted great. I thought he was fine.
He
Nothing,
was.
he was
No, he
good.
was good. Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is not his movie, not his production company,
Not his
this is
writing.
yeah, it's not one of his movies. He just stars in it. But it is just so goddamn boring. And the fact that the premise is just to find out that you're kind of a shitty husband. That's the fucking premise in the end. Oh, you're a shitty husband. You're a selfish husband. Okay. Like when she wanted to go skinny dipping in a swimming pool, like, oh no, no, no. It may only be us around, but I will not dare do this. I have to go do what I want to do. Like jerk off with a
Yeah.
spider. Like whatever. Like it was and that part and the spider part was stupid too. I can read your thoughts essentially. I know everything about you. Da 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 da. And I'm like, that's why I was like, the spider's not real.
It's like, well,
He's
then why are you
just-
bothering me? Why not just show up when I'm asleep? Read my thoughts. Here, I'm thinking I'm dreaming, but I'm not. You're reading my thoughts to figure me out. But yeah, but then the spider became the therapist. So, and the other thing too, like you had said about why send someone up who's married, can be gone, and wife's having a kid. Why not send somebody up that's fit? There's no way this fat ass Adam Sandler is running on that treadmill for 2 hours a day so his bones don't
Nope.
decay.
I
He
thought
would
the
have
same
wilted
thing.
away the first month up there.
Not even
There's
that. He
just
would have
no
looked
way.
better though. He would have looked
He
better.
would have 2 hours a day on a treadmill. Oh,
He's
hell
not
yeah,
eating-
he should have looked better.
He's not eating any fatty foods up there or anything
No,
like
he was
that.
eating
No.
way too much Nutella, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, he shared
What a
that though
good
with
tub of Nutella.
Habaduka, whatever his name was. And
Anus.
close enough. And it just I don't know. The writer, the screenwriter wrote on Twitter, I told you guys I'd have the #1 movie on Netflix this week. And then I wrote him back, you wrote a shitty movie. And
Good one.
and
Are
then
you
somebody
really
said-
like
You
bragging
should
about
have
that?
because we had no other choice. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, everything that releases on Netflix like is in the top for like
No,
at least
seriously.
a day or two.
Because
Yeah,
it's
of
the first thing
course.
everybody wants to watch. You want to watch the first new thing, right? Of course.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing they tell you to watch. Like, hey,
Yeah.
check this new one out. Ooh, Spaceman.
Right,
Okay.
right, right.
I
Adam
like
Adam
it.
Sandler?
I
Sandler?
know.
says
Okay.
When you
Adam
scroll down,
Sandler?
it says this week's highlight is
Yep.
that movie.
I mean, absolute dog shit. It just had so many flaws, and then there's no payoff at all. Like at all. There was just no payoff. It was so shit. I'm like,
And it was trying to be deep and failed.
it was. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was trying to be deep, and it was just an absolute shit show. Well, whatever.
What would you
Most
give
people
it?
can do a self-discovery of this type in like, I don't know, give a guy 2-3 weeks. But 6 months in space? Oh my God, man. Give him at least a holodeck or something. I don't know.
So yeah, so he wrote, I told you I have the #1 movie on Netflix this week. And I wrote him, how'd you mess the ending up? No payoff, just a man's selfish reflection on his selfishness and learn to stop being a shitty husband. Slow, dull, you led to nothing, boring. And then it went for a good 10 replies. And I was like, come on. And yeah, it was just
Did
so
he
goddamn.
respond?
No, it was one person that loved the movie. But he was
Oh.
really
This is
sticking
based
up
on a
for it.
book, though.
It is. That's why he wrote the screenplay to a
Oh.
book. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. But he
Did
tried.
anybody agree with you, or were they all just jerking off the screenwriter?
Nobody agreed with the other guy.
No, I mean with you. Did anybody agree with you?
Just a couple likes. That's all.
Oh,
That's all. But it's still like the guy was really sticking up for this movie. The guy was like trying to go to toe with me, and I was like, dude, really, it's boring. It's chill. Like it's not. It's a shit movie. Like you enjoyed it, I guess. Good for you. But it's a turd fest. It's
well, he's not going to
Yeah.
say he didn't like it. He wants somebody else to write. He wants to write for someone else eventually.
I mean, if the book is that boring, I mean, why would you adapt it? And the book probably is, again, one of those
Book
self-reflection.
is always better. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's on my burn pile.
for sure has. Those are the books that you write into the government to ban. Ban this fucking book. Have you
Why?
read
Why?
it?
Fucking
So
bad.
what? It's
I don't need to
shit.
read it. I
It's
saw the
your book.
fucking movie. You go like total reverse, where the guy, you should read the book. Fuck the book. Fuck the book. I saw the movie. Fuck that book. It's usually the opposite. Where that book's
Yeah.
brilliant.
The movie wasted 2 hours of my life. I can't imagine how long it's going to take to get through this shitty book. I
Yeah.
got that much time.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
when he gets back to space in the book, he murders that bitch, and we get a murder mystery. No, seriously,
He should
I
have
give it.
fucked Hanus.
I guess he should have just had spider babies right in the mouth. I like how Noose is like, I like this hazelnut, and I'm like, just so fucking stupid.
That was the most relatable moment. I was like, oh, they're like, does this help with negative emotions? Eating, and I was like, yes, it does. Eggs.
But no, but Hanus was just like, we don't have these type of emotions in our country. I'm like, could you imagine if I was one of those fucking spiders? I'd kill myself. If this is how you guys all react to each other, and I believe he's lying. I believe that his people killed the other ones. He's lying.
And the other ones
Fucking
were getting revenge.
yeah, they're getting
A
revenge. He's the
revenge
last
story.
one.
Oh, now you've clarified it. It was a revenge story all from the beginning.
It's all about
Okay.
Hanus.
Okay.
The whole movie's about Hanus. Fuck Jakob and his fucking
And Linka. Linka the one.
Linka.
But I gotta say,
Like,
the Czechs and the Koreans both have great cellular service.
fantastic.
To be able to go 6 months into space and get real-time connection at the same time, like, oh, man, that's amazing.
The
That's
only
really
thing
amazing.
I could think, as I thought about that too, was like they're dropping like little satellites on the way that each connect
That's
to
what
each
I was
other.
thinking too. That's the only way to
It's
do
just
it. They have to
they
be
ping off
dropping
each other.
satellites. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
There's just no
yeah,
way.
yeah. I don't know. The Koreans sent something, a beautiful spaceship with multiple. I saw 3 Koreans. There's probably more. And I'm thinking to themselves, all I thought to myself is, none of them seem affected by anything. Not even the purple space dust. They're just still just floating around doing their little pushing the buttons and everything and checking out the base. And he's on a phone. Hey, babe. Oh, man, I totally fucked up. I get it now, though. I saw purple space dust and fucked a spider. I'll be home soon. What? The end. Fuck you. Oh, man, that was horrible. 1. You get a 1. Spaceman. A 1. Oh, shit.
it's pretty unusual that I rate things better than you guys do. It's just like the production was good. That's
Oh,
I guess
no,
what
no,
I'll
it's
give
just
it.
it.
And then the
No,
action was good. Not
Wait, action?
action. No,
Action?
no. Sorry, there was no
Wait a
action.
sec.
The
You saw the X version.
acting. The
Ah.
acting.
You
was good,
downloaded the
that's what I
wrong
meant to
version, is
say.
what you
You got the Snyder cut? What did you watch?
The acting was good. So 2.5 is for me like, it's a movie.
Well, you gave it
So
a
I
2.
knocked it 2.
Yeah. Now you just
so I
gave it a
knocked it down to
2.5.
2. No,
Yeah.
no,
I
no.
gave it a
I
1, but I
stand
gave it a
by
1 for an overall. I mean, Adam Sandler, I thought he acted well, but overall, I
Yeah.
wouldn't waste my time on this thing. I would
Well,
not recommend
again,
anybody waste their time
If
on
it had a payoff where he got to the purple dust, then he got like transported to somewhere else, and all of a sudden maybe he meets someone and he's like, yes, this is, even if it was for short, like 5 minutes, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
He figures something out, and he has something to talk about when he gets back or whatever. And then the Koreans get him because he's just floating in space. He could be also hallucinating that shit too. But it still
Yeah.
makes you go, there's a payoff. But this movie has no payoff. That's the problem. The payoff is I learned
He and
I
Lincoln
learned
may get back together when he gets home.
may
That's the
get back
payoff.
together, or I may, you know what? I may get conjugal visits. That's the fucking payoff. What? I got weekends.
Or when he gets home, his body explodes and a shit ton of ants or spiders come out of him, destroy
Uh-huh.
the Earth. It's an invasion
Ooh.
story.
Oh, then we get Storm. What's it called? Starship Troopers
Starship Trooper.
Troopers.
Part 2, based on
There you
Spaceman
go.
Part 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck. No, it's just a shit movie. That's
You're
just it.
welcome.
Because
I'm gonna have the #1 Netflix movie in a couple years.
it's because it has no payoff. That's the only reason I thought it was. If it had a payoff for 5 minutes, that's all he needed to do is write a 5-minute payoff in the movie. I would have been like, oh, we got something out of this, where he meets God or something, and God's like, your wife, she's not that great anyway. You can get way better bitches in New Orleans, bro. And then he gets is this one hottie in a hoodie. She's lonely. She needs a selfish spaceman. So.
Those itty bitty titties.
Or itty bitty titties. Now go out there and do your best. The Koreans are waiting for you. Oh, and God is clearly Ron Jeremy. And that's how you make the movie better. Oh my God. What a horrible movie. What a horrible movie. But watch it anyway, because you should go through what we went through.
If you hate yourself, absolutely. you
That's
watch
just
this
it.
film.
I watched this movie, what I thought too.
I'm a
Lonely
better man
people.
than Adam Sandler.
Yeah, well, that's number 1. Lonely people were like, this is my movie. Oh,
Yeah.
I understand. Or even like divorced husbands. Oh, I should have been better. Oh,
Yeah.
if I only went to
I
space.
think that was the target market was
If
divorced men who were like,
Divorced men,
man,
they're on
maybe I was a
NASA's website
shithead.
filling out applications. How do I get into space?
the last question is, you have any further questions? Now, will I get the fuck a spider? Like, what the fuck? Oh, I mean, so stupid. So stupid. Oh my God. And
Where's
up
the
there for
Nutella?
6 months.
Somebody brought
Up
Nutella?
there, up there for 6 months. There must have been some type of like should have been snowflakes all around. All that dried up, loneliness.
Yuck. Took me a second to get there. Yuck. You men are
Yeah, good.
disgusting. Really, truly. So simple.
Oh,
So
you know what?
gross.
Bourbon Street. That's what did it to me. It's all your fault, Laura. It's all your fault.
No,
All right,
but
we'll take.
you saw the bathroom. The
I know. I saw.
The urinal was a vacuum. He abused the shit out of that vacuum.
I noticed that too. I noticed that too.
That's why it
Because
was broke.
that's why I was broke because he tried to shit in it a couple times. Oh man, he was like, I can't shit in this fucking what it was just like a metal container that he floated around. He put a lid on it and he'd fill it up, put the lid on it, and let it float around. Like, you fucking shit float around.
Yeah, it's quiet because they're laughing so loud. To the listener, they're like they're laughing these high-pitched laughs that can't be picked up. They're literally both crying. They're laughing at themselves so hard. Yes. This is ridiculous.
The movie's so much better now. So much better. Because yeah. Oh man. I love when he called and he's like, can I get rid of that noise in my bathroom? We got bigger problems. And he's like, we'll troubleshoot it later.
Why did he need to get approval to fix a toilet? I didn't understand that. Were they
That's
going to
another
send a
thing,
fucking
too.
engineer?
He
Oh, we'll be right up
needed
there. We're going to
approval.
fix it.
I thought the same thing. Like, what approval? Like,
Just
and he
fix it.
and they would tell him numerous times, well, first we have to fix the camera. Fuck the camera. Like, fix the bathroom.
Well, you know why he was screaming? Because, he abused the shit out of it. He was getting tired of it.
I mean, there's no way he was shitting that much. He didn't have that much food to eat. I don't know. Hey, whatever. Fantastic movie now that I think about it. All right, we'll take a break here in Nurse Talking Podcast. We'll be right back after this.